Hello and welcome back to Dukascopy TV. Today I'm joined in the studio by Jean-Pierre Joly from UBIS to discuss why Moody's changed its outlook for Germany, Netherlands and Luxembourg. Welcome, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you.
So why did they change their outlook from stable to negative for these three countries?
Well, since the crisis in Europe started, the countries, the northern part of Europe at least, had to intervene to help the countries of the southern part of Europe. Moody's had the impression that this would have impact on the public finances of Germany, the Netherlands and Luxembourg. That's the reason why they were put on negative outlook.
Moody's also revealed there's a higher risk that Greece may actually leave the Eurozone and this could cause a contagion effect. Do you think this will actually happen?
Well, personally, I don't think this will happen. But if the politicians are not able to reach decisions and to tackle this problem of public debt, the risk is increasing, yes. Although the risk is there, Mr. Draghi just told to the press that the euro is irreversible. Does this mean that no member will leave? This is something else.
Some of the risk is due to the instability of the political situation at the moment. How do you think politicians can solve these issues and create a better outlook for Europe?
Well, the politicians should start to make real decisions. Until today, they have created a number of mechanisms such as the ESM and the EFSF, but they are still not operational. I think it's very important that the central bank, the role of the central bank, should be reviewed, and they should get far more powers and should get the role of a real central bank. This would really help.
And Finland is the only country that maintained its stable rating. What is it doing differently, and what is your outlook for its economy?
Well, the indebtedness of Finland is rather low compared to the other countries of Europe. So it's around 50% of the gross national product. This is one very important point. Secondly, the economy of Finland is export-oriented, and the exports are not going to Europe. They are going mainly outside the UE. Nevertheless, Finland has also its problems. There is a very high unemployment rate, nearly 9%. So they will not escape from the downturn of the euro if it should happen.
And Moody's warned that Germany can no longer hold the burden for weaker countries. How do you feel about Germany's position?
Well, I think solidarity among the countries is part of the European construction. Whether Moody's likes it or not, I think it has to be one of the cornerstones of Europe. If every country tries to play its own game, well, it certainly will not favor the euro or the European construction.
And how would you feel about a German exit of the Eurozone?
I think it would certainly hurt Germany itself. The export machine, which is Germany, would suffer from it, because if they would return to the German mark, their exports would become far more expensive, and Germany would be hurt. So their advantage is to remain within the euro. This is for certain.
And what was Moody's outlook for Luxembourg and the Netherlands?
Well, they were also put on negative outlook. Nevertheless, the Netherlands received some favorable quotes, since their labor market is very flexible and their economy is very open. The only worry of Moody's was the indebtedness of the country, which could increase if the crisis deepens. As to Luxembourg, Luxembourg is a small country, very much depending on for tax income and employment on the financial sector, and if the financial sector is hit by the disappearance of the euro, Luxembourg would be probably in trouble.
And what is your outlook for the euro?
Well, in the short run, I mean by this until the end of the year, the euro will remain at its present level, I think. After the presidential elections in the US, it might be that the euro increases in value against the US dollar, because I think the problems of the US indebtedness will resurface. But it remains to be seen how decisions are made in Europe too. So, very uncertain situation.
Thank you very much for coming into the studio today.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching Dukascopy TV, and do stay tuned for more exclusive interviews like this. But for now, goodbye.